um, from Google and with if it's compatible to the current phone of Apple stores that was made by Bill Gates. Google is not always compatible, but now it is. Since of perhaps 2015 or 2017. The current year, if you go to the Museum of NASA, it will give you better understanding that it is compatible to a phenomenon of calling a museum phone that's obsolete, such as the architect within itself is Museum of NASA. Google can phone call that as well, so it should be compatible to Apple. But it's not necessary to place more layers onto generalization accuracy of data for the features of all Google Wi-Fi internet, which is aka also known as network. It's data. Data is the only thing that runs your internet, Wi-Fi, data, internet. The only thing that keeps it compatible to the Apple is a network, which is also known as Wi-Fi. But if you study the museum, you can understand it and the range of features. It only features internet. That's the only way it calls. If it could call a NASA payphone for a museum that was obsolete, and it's still compatible within range of each multiverse, and each one has a network, then it can still call your Apple phone. Device contraption. Even the Apple contraption of Apple Store. Microsoft's exact Apple product. The first touchscreen was known as Samsung Metro PCS, which was a computer, a straight talk phone. It is considered a electronic device, a video game that makes phone call, and it's computerized. There's no resolutions for it. There's no new trend for it. The only merge it has is data and multiverse network. And you have to go to the NASA museum for that prediction to stay at large with all assets of Apple Store internet. Description to define asset will be a terminology and mathematicals, which is known as timetables. It's a design. You won't find a visual data pattern and capacity unless you upload it yourself from Apple. But you have to get the scientist who made Apple, which is known as Bill Gates. That's Google. That's Facebook. And no one else is ready for anything else. Because it's under the code of conduct, or they won't sell you a future behavior of Apple Store phones based on your behavior of conduct. If they wish a multiverse and the language arts specialist of a Bible, which is the only one that speaks English, is a Bible. And you have to go to your computers to try to understand anything else as a technician. Only for Apple stores. It's only contraption device that works. It's compatible. You have to use the internet. Nokia is a museum. Google, Android is museum. Google finds museum at Android. Everything else is from Oracle about Google, Bing, AOL, and Yahoo. And if you want to configure the data in Facebook, you'll have to go back to your Apple Store products. That's the only contraption that works in devices. The only scientist that made that was Bill Gates and his family. To keep it compatible, the translation of network is an internet, a Wi-Fi. It's AKA, the data cloud will reach each location of an IPv4 address in the multiverse just as well. So make sure you're relevant to that domain. You have to go study Legend of Zelda for that, since you're using an electronic device to be straight out of a video game. That's an asset as well. A museum. It's a fossil.